Everyone, welcome back to my channel, Crafting with Danny. I'm Danielle and I've come on again today to show you how to make this lovely vellum gift bag. And I'm making this today on the gift bag punch board from Stampin' Up. I haven't actually used it in a project yet. And I have had it since December. It was one of the first things I did buy. And I got this in the sale for, it was £9 around Christmas time. And I have used it, I just haven't used it in a project. So in this one, I've used the new Daisy Delight stamp set with the Delightful Daisy DSP. And as you can see, I've just layered that behind the vellum to just give you this effect that you can see through. And then I've just tied the bag together. It's not fastening with anything, just the ribbon and the 1/8 of an inch silver ribbon. And you just take that off and you open the bag up, and it is quite a decent size. Then I've used the daisy punch. I haven't stamped the daisy, I've just used Whisper White and cut that out. But today, I thought we'd use the new Fresh Florals DSP and the Berry Burst. So I'm going to use this one. And I have already cut my tag out, my sentiment, and that's using the new Label Me Pretty stamp set. And it is what it says, it's very pretty. There's a happy birthday to you. From my kitchen to yours, if you cook or bake or anything. You're the best, which fits in this empty framed one. Thank you for caring. And then a border one. And it does come with our new punch. Sorry for the glare. And I've just taken one of our layering oval framelets and layered that on top of Fresh Fig piece of cardstock. And that's just going to go on the front of our bag. So that's that. And this piece of paper is going to measure 7 2/8 of an inch by 4 1/8 of an inch. So you'll need that for your DSP. And then I'm making my bag with vellum. You don't have to. But as you can see, when you lift the vellum up, you can see the pattern really nice through it. So I just liked that effect. And we're going to be making the medium bag, which for that you need an 11-inch piece. The small one is 10 inch, the medium's 11, and the large is 12 inch, and then you just do it by whatever size you want. The size I'm doing is by 7.5 inches. I think I've done this one. Just check. Yeah, that's 7.5 inches. This is 7. I just wanted to try it just a bit taller. I just like to make mine just enough to still fit, which this one does, flush into the board. So enough waffling, and we'll get started. So you're going to take your vellum on the long side. I'm just going to double check you can see. Yeah, you can. So you're going to take it on the long side, and because it is see-through, you can see the lines brilliantly through. But what I'm going to do first is just push your vellum in flush to the edge and score all the way along this top first. I just like to do this bit first. Then you're going to line it up on the very first line, level with your nozzle, and punch. And then the medium, you want to put a line down that. Not too hard with vellum because, you know, you can damage it. And then you want to move the line that you've just scored and level that up back to the nozzle line again, the start line. And punch, and then you want to score, it says side 2, so this is going to be our first side. So you score up there, up the centre of the triangle, and then around the triangle there. And then again you want to move it over. The line that you scored there, you level that up with the nozzle and punch. And then you want to score on the medium again. And then you want to move that over and line that line up level with the nozzle again and punch. And then you're going to be doing the last side of your bag and the closure piece. So score where it says line 2, down the middle of the nozzle and the triangle piece. Just take your time, and like I say, not too hard with the scoring. And then, then you want to move it over and put that last score line and just punch. and then you're left with that. And then because we're going to have a flap on our bag, you're going to turn it around, and again we're just going to butt it up. Oh, have I got a piece stuck in there? No, just check. You want to just butt that up and just run that score line in again. Because it's vellum, just be careful, it can catch. I got a piece stuck in it earlier. And then so you're just scoring all the way down like that. And it's really hard to see. If I just put that back, you can now see this side. So you've got the thin skinny part there, that's going to be the back of your box. So the furthest away is going to be the front of your box. And on the very last score line on this side, you just want to line that up onto the nozzle piece like that and punch, and then line up the very last piece and punch. And that's the piece I actually got stuck last time, and it is stuck again. Yeah, that piece got stuck last time. Just turn it over. If it does get stuck, which it has again, I don't know why it gets stuck there, you could just follow the line and just curve it around yourself. There we go. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to try and find, I'm just going to find a piece of cardstock so that you can see. There, you can see. So we've got our flap there, and that's the closure. All of this we don't want. So I'm going to take my trimmer, and we're going to line that line up into the trimmer. Oops. As best you can. And then we want to cut it off. So just nice and steady down, don't cut your flap. There. And that's, so we've cut that piece off. So this is what you should be left with. And then what we're just going to cut, I'm just going to cut on the flap side a very small little nick, and then we don't want this piece, so we want to cut that off. Oops, where am I going? So we don't want that. So we're left with this. Now I'm going to fold and burnish. You don't need to burnish too hard, and it is quite tricky, so I might just have to hold it up. Take my bone folder and just let this go on. I have to lift it up when I'm doing it because it's really hard to see. It's probably hard for you to see as well, but I hope you get where I'm going. So just fold and burnish all of the score lines that we've made. Like that. And then you'll close your flap. Just want to fold and burnish that. Just missed that a little bit. You do have to be very careful. Okay, I think. And then we're going to fold down our front flap. Like that. And then we're going to fold up these bottom score lines. You can just crease these with your fingers instead of the bone folder. And then the last one here. So we've creased all of the lines, but we did ignore the side panels. Sorry for the noise. So what I do is turn the opposite way and then just fold down them score lines a little bit. I just pinch them and they'll just crease together when the box closes anyway. Like that. don't think I put that one in. Just a minute. I think I missed that line out at the end. Then we'll just crease that a bit. I've got some ink on my nail. And then crease that one. Like I say, it's a bit fiddly, but once you start closing it, when you're actually folding the bag shut, it will naturally crease on its own. Anyway, like that. So we'll leave it like that. That's okay. So our DSP, this is going to be the front flap. So I've cut that to the size of this one. I've forgotten I'd actually made it slightly bigger. So we want, what's that? So we want 4 5/8 by 2 5/8. I'll just recut that. 2 5/8 by 4 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the DSP for the 7.5 inch size is not the size that I just said. That's for the 7-inch bag. So you actually want 2 5/8 by 4 5/8. So I do apologise about that. And that's going to go there, like that. You could make it slightly wider if you want to do. Excuse me. So I'm just going to take some glue dots, because I found if I used glue dots, you don't really see them through the bag. So we're just going to pop them in the 4 corners of the front side. Like that. And then you're going to turn it over and line it up where you want it to go. I'm going to go about there. And then, as you can see, that looks beautiful. I probably would have gone slightly wider there, so just for whatever size you decide to do, you can just change the measurements on that. Lost my burn folder. There it is. I'm going to rescore that. And that should close there, like that. So I'm going to take some Tombow, and I'm just going to run it along this edge if it wants to come out. I think I said in my last video I've just about run out of Tombow until my order comes next week. So to close it up, you want to fold that flap down and lay that down, and that should meet up. I'm trying to go a bit quick for the video, but when you're doing it, you know, just take a little bit more time. And then that should fold in. And then for the flaps, just for the video again, I folded the 2 side pieces. Let's crease that a bit better. And then this flap, and then that one will come over, which is the front. So what I did was, again, I just used 2 glue dots, just for the video really. I would put some Tombow on. And all I did was put 1 glue dot in that corner. Oops. And then the other glue dot in that corner. like that, and then you can just close your box up, turn it that way. Like that. And then the flap will go over there like that, and that'll be our bag. So I have actually run out of ribbon as well. I'm running out of everything. So I'm just going to use this thick white baker's twine that we do. Actually, I don't know if we still do it. I've not checked. That we did do. I'm just using what I have on hand really, until my order comes through. So you just put that down and do your best. I normally lean this against myself, to be honest, to tie a bow. It is fiddly and I don't want to get my head in it. I'm just going to lean it forward a minute. I'm sorry if you can't see. I do apologise. There. I would have preferred to use ribbon, but I think baker's twine looks nice as well. Oops. I'm just going to cut the ends off, like that. And then I'm going to pop, in fact I'm going to move that to one side, like that. And then we're going to pop our sentiment on. No, I'll actually leave that in the middle, and then when we put this over, the ribbon will stay on. There. So that ribbon will stay on, so when you undo it, it will be stuck. There. So I hope you saw that. I know it's really difficult to see. I've got this ink all over me. Can be difficult to see vellum when you're trying to video it. But they're the two boxes. So this is the 7-inch tall one by 11, and this is 7.5. I just wanted to make it slightly longer so you could, you could decorate it a little bit better with bigger things. So that's my boxes for today. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you will give it a go yourself. They are really good size. I really enjoyed making them. So thank you very much for watching. See you again next time. Bye.